We're going to introduce a system called Day Crew and Plus here at Aycliffe, and we're also doing it at Seaham Fire Station as well, which for all it's new to County Durham and Dalton Fire Rescue Service. That shift system is in place in about 9 or 10 other fire rescue services around the country and works really successfully. And what that means is we will have firefighters here during the day, 12 hours, the normal busy time, and then we're building some accommodation right next to the station, and from a night those same firefighters will give cover for 12 hours during the night. Ideally that means that we have exactly the same level of response to any emergency in the Newton Aycliffe area, with the same firefighters, with the same skill levels, with the same equipment responding to an incident that allows us to save round about £500,000 per year. And obviously we're under pretty strict budget cuts which have been imposed on us as part of the spending review for public sector.
Well, I think they've got to be facing severe cuts in the budget, so they've obviously got to reconfigure the service in such a way that takes that into consideration, whilst at the same time preserving the service. And I think what they're doing, in consultation with local residents and with the FBU and other stakeholders as well, is coming up with a system the best they can, which will, look at taking into consideration the costs, but also preserve a service, which I don't think people in Newton Aycliffe will see much difference.
We've actually not recruited for 3 years anyway, so our overall staffing numbers are lower than what they would normally be. And within the next 2 to 3 years, those staffing numbers will balance out, so we're absolutely not making any staff redundant. This will all be done through natural wastage.
And there's going to be no redundancies in all of this. I think if there's going to be any losses, it'll be done through natural wastage. So, I think they've been professional about this, and they've been they just take into consideration all the kind of problems they've got in the future financially, and they know they've got to plan ahead. So this is one of the ways in which they can do it, and I think, from what I've heard from local residents who live close by, who will be affected immediately by a new building going up, but there's not very much opposition to it really. But I'm pleased that they'll have the open day so they can talk to the general public about it. And I only wish the weather was a bit better, really, today. But these, it was worthwhile coming over to talk to people.
The service will be exactly the same. If somebody dials 999 now, or somebody dials 999 once we have the Day Crew Plus station in, you will get a response in exactly the same time. It will be the same firefighters on the appliance with the same skill levels, so you will get the same service from County Durham and Dalton Fire Rescue Service as you currently do.
My brother was a fireman. He was in the fire cadets in the 1960s, and he was a fireman for over 30 years. He's retired now, so I know how professional people are and how people who work in the service, we owe them a lot really. They risk their lives on more than one occasion really. So I think if this system works where the general public don't see any difference in the service they get, then this is only good for Newton Aycliffe and for the area.